Hello, welcome to the Philosophical Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Jordan, and I'm joined by Eamon
Hello.
and Luca.
Hello.
And while there's too much news this week, there has been a lot of new animes coming out. So that's what we'll be covering, probably, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video. So let's start off with the news, though. So obviously, as I said, the new anime season started, fall 2020. It started off with a banger, like Jujutsu Kaisen. Haikyu, that wall climbing anime that everyone is now mentioning. And
For me, my favourite one, Burn the Witch.
Burn the Witch. Oh, when that dropped all 3 episodes, or like the whole movie per se, it was beautiful. It was
I've literally gone out and ordered the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I want that. I need it in my life. I don't care if it's from.
The adaptation was perfect. We'll talk about that later on, though. We'll have a little discussion over what we've been watching and reading this week. But also, I wanted to mention it because I've been watching it all week. Eamon sent it to me. The Pokemon music video, Bump of Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
They don't miss, man. Oh my god, they're so good.
All I'm gonna say, Bump of Chicken. Ever since they did all the One Piece ads with the Nissan.
Yeah, was it Cup Noodle? Yeah, the
Cup Noodle. Yeah,
one. So
it's Cup Noodle. Yeah,
that shit.
Amazing. You know, this one hit even hard for me because of how they transitioned from Gen 1 to Gen 8.
It's really good. The way Gen 1 to Gen 8, and they just show some of like the iconic moments and stuff, like
the choreography. Yeah,
like I know it's too much maybe asking for a series like that, but oh my god, like if they done it like that I would watch it 100%.
Look, we always ask, like, people don't even care about Ash anymore at this point. Like, he's a follower. Like, he's like, the guy's never going to grow up. The guy's always going to be 10. If anything, he's regressing. His brain's just going dead.
Yeah. The thing is, right, I've heard good things about his Pokemon journeys, and I enjoyed it.
People do enjoy it, but like, it's kind of like, it feels like he's regressing.
Yeah, like, you can't tell me, like you said, like, if they went from Gen 1 to Gen 8, or like, what was the manga called? Was it Adventures or Journeys?
Pokemon
Adventures.
If
they animated that, like, because I read a few of them as well, like a couple of years back, and it's like, if they animated them, you can't tell me there wouldn't be like a like an audience for it. Like, oh my god.
I get why they're keeping Ash like the age of 10 and all that, but like it's target like the current generation of kids.
That's what I'm saying. Like that series will always be there because that's how we got into it. That's how so many people got into it, kind of thing. Like, because like as you say, it's always Ash is always like relatable when you're younger. But like, I mean, you can't tell me it's not like an older audience now for certain things.
You tell me, like, when you watch Pokemon Origin, shit like that was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, people want the characters from the games, not Ash.
That's what
so many like adults play Pokemon Go as well.
And stuff. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, we played Pokemon Go.
we always end up coming back to it for a bit and that, and like played it consistently for a good while. And great game, and it's like they wouldn't make stuff like Pokemon Origins if they didn't think it would sell to that audience, you know. And like, so
Speaking of Pokemon, the Isle of Tundra, whatever you call it, the second DLC, that's coming out this month as well.
Coming out. Yeah.
I think it was it like 22nd or something? I can't remember. Whatever it was. It was this month.
I saw the cursed Slowbro or whatever it is.
Glorin, Slow King as well. Like that thing's just nightmare fuel. But I do like the thing where they done like the Den adventures, like. So you go in a group of 4 and just keep fighting raid battles. You can good thing that you can capture all the legendary Pokemon. I think with the exception of mythical Pokemon, but for all the generations that'll be quite cool. So it gives you incentive to play it a bit.
I need to go back into Pokemon. I've been wanting to do it for ages, but other stuff just keeps getting in the way.
I'm not like the first DLC, like it had like cool concepts of that, but it was disappointing. Like story-wise, there wasn't really much to it. Like it really wasn't.
And like I wanted to get back into it like competitively again, like when it started.
When we did it,
But now it's like, I don't know, man. But I think I do want to get back into it, so when I do, I'll definitely be jumping back into that.
Isn't it going to be, I don't know if it's next year, isn't it going to be the 25th anniversary, or whatever it is?
Oh, maybe.
I think so. So I think they have to do something big.
Game-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, because that only came out recently, isn't it? Really, Sword and Shield compared to other Pokemon games.
Yeah, so
they would do
I mean,
for that.
The obvious one would be them revealing the next game, or if it's a remaster of the game.
Pokemon Colosseum remaster, please. I would cry.
I would take a Pokemon Colosseum. The thing is, you know what? Especially with like they're importing stuff from GameCube onto Switch, like especially with Mario. Even though Mario. It's very mixed. It's a very mixed topic,
But the fact there is like a GameCube emulator and stuff they have now, like,
exactly. So you can technically still pull it off. Would they do it? I don't know. I don't think they will, but I hope.
It's a long shot. It's one of those like long shot kind of dream ones, like if it ever happened. But
they also need to go back to remaking the other Pokemon games, or like you know when they were doing like the 3DS version of Pokemon Gold, Silver, and all that.
Yeah.
I wanted one for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and all that. They never did that.
No.
So that could be another thing.
Well,
I mean, the only other Pokemon game we know is Pokemon Snap 2, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be a fun game. I'll probably get on that. But yeah, Pokemon music video is amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's called Gotcha by Bump of Chicken, and if you've played the originals and stuff or whatever, if you've played any generation, it's sure to feel you nostalgia. It's pretty amazing.
The animation is very unique for it.
So
very
clean.
Cool.
I mean, it even gave us Gold versus Red, man, and oh my god! I just every in the series, right? I just want that full fight animated like that to that level. Yeah. So good. But yeah, well, that's it. But I hope like you go and check that out. Other news. Life-size Gundam statue that we were talking about last week, the one that's the moving one, that was very impressive. It was getting shared around. Has apparently announced that they are planning to open it on December 19th, so not too far away. I'm surprised, to be honest, but it's what it is. Like how soon.
I think the issue is with the other issue I have with it is the mass gathering.
People are gonna go and see that like all around Japan. They're all gonna go there.
If they I mean, I'm sure they're going to try to control it, but at the same time, you know, there's going to be a lot of people going to it.
Yeah.
Our rates are a lot lower than they are here, though.
I know they're like dealing with it one of the better ones, apparently, from what I heard.
They've dealt with it a lot better than other, but you have to remember, like the second wave is inevitable at this point.
I'm thinking, like they've put that date down, but I'm thinking they might delay it potentially. Like if, like you say, if the second wave does hit,
or they'll just have to limit the number of people who could go in, or whatever. I don't know. Like how they.
And to be fair, Japan usually are pretty good for that kind of stuff. Like keeping
they can
and all that.
So
but
they'll actually take it seriously.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it looks good. I'm hoping to see it one day, but other news, you reacted to it, Iman. My Hero finally got its trailer for spring 2021.
Let's go, Class A versus Class B, baby.
That's what they've shown so far, isn't it? It's like, how long do you think those that will last?
I think that particular bit, I think maybe they might do like 12 episodes.
You think they're going to make it the full 12 episodes? They could.
I think they're going to do that because they might do the thing where they split the season in 2 parts.
Yeah.
I've been rereading it, and I think what they'll do is I think that arc will be pretty short, because after that bit there's like there's a very short little story about Bakugo and Shoto's licensing stuff.
They have that as well.
Because they finished that up after that, and then they get their licenses.
I think that could be done like in 2 episodes, maybe 1 or 2 episodes, depending on how much it comes. I think majority of it will be Class A, Class B.
The thing is, I think I said it before, but with My Hero, whenever I read it and then I went to watch the anime, like when it got adapted and stuff, I'm not saying the pacing's bad, because the pacing, in my opinion, is actually perfect for My Hero.
Yeah.
But it always covered stuff quicker than I thought it would. Like it felt longer when I was reading.
It does,
compared to when I'm watching it. I'm like, we're only on episode like 3. But my prediction is like the way they're advertising it does seem like it's going to be like a full season thing, that one arc. So it doesn't look like this. At least the first half of season 5 is going to be. And
the second half is I was going to say, second half is going to be the villain arc most likely. If they're depending on if they're most likely going to split into 2 parts, because that's what they usually do now.
Yeah.
If not, they might just put all so the first half will cover Class A, Class B, and the little mini arc with Shoto and Bakugo, and then the rest will be the villain arc. That's what we're looking at now.
Yeah. It would be good to drag those fights out as well, because we really haven't seen much of Class B. So like
that's what I mean. Like Class B is so underrated with some of the characters.
So underrated,
like, They could easily be in Class A. Honestly,
yeah. There's like we were saying before. I think Luke said it was like how they're like that arc really does show how like they are just as evenly matched as like Class 1A, and it's just insane. So
exactly.
I don't think the letters actually mean anything anymore.
No, they're just a different class. Like,
yeah.
No, like especially after that fight, it just shows you the power scaling. Like the difference ain't that big.
Yeah, except for one of them has the main character, so they always win.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Technically, they have 2 main characters.
True.
And my guy Bakugo has really cool drip, which I did mention.
Oh my god, the winter!
Yes,
that
broke Twitter.
That did, yep.
No one cared about anything else.
He legit has the best costume, like hands down.
Hands down, yeah.
Right.
It looks clean. They done it well. Fucking. I think.
Yeah.
What was it we were most shocked about, Luca? The girl, the crocodile girl.
Oh yeah, Takashi.
Yeah.
She can like separate. I can't remember what the quirk is called. Some lizard type thing. She can separate her body, and from the panels, it looks, her costume looks very scaly, almost like crocodile skin type thing. So we just assumed it would be green, but she's like a purple, dark blue. Which is fine.
And I'm sure one of like the volumes, like even like on the back, like when they had like the heroes on the back, I'm sure there was, unless it was just a coloured one I saw on like a fan one on Twitter. Yeah. But I'm sure it was green in that, and then but now they've changed it. But it looks good though, regardless. It does look.
It gives me like Mystique vibes.
Yeah. Oh,
like, which is fine. So it all works. Like, it's cool.
I'm looking forward to that matchup. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a spring release 2021. So
yeah, still a while to wait. Yeah, still a while to wait, but they like doing that.
Technically, it was meant to be out today.
Yeah.
The
original
fuck
release.
COVID.
Fuck COVID. All my homies hate COVID. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Speaking of COVID, there was initial scares about Oda because he had to take a break due to illness. Luckily, there's been like more reports I've been hearing. Like, I think he posted saying like he's doing well and stuff. So it was just like a minor kind of scare, I'm guessing. But he's saying like he wants to get back. And to be fair to him, as much as like we always make a joke about him like being basically fortnightly now and stuff, he is really trying to push that thing to get chapter 1000 out by the end of the year. But man, it's not worth it if his health is like deteriorating.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, because we know chapter 1000 is going to be there soon. Like he's already planned out. But like, we know it's don't massive. There have been a few selfish people online I saw on Twitter recently.
I know.
People like this man has brought out so many chapters, giving you so much screen time of so much, like great content. And you're complaining the man's not going to get chapter 1000 done this year. Like, piss off. Honestly.
It's good.
There's so much time as well. Like, there's like 3 months left. Like,
people don't understand. Oda is pretty old.
9 chapters.
Yeah. Oda's been doing this for a long time. Like, and they're like not easy hours and stuff.
No,
and it's like
at this point, like let him do it at his own pace, or would you rather him give it to someone else and they fuck up the animation or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the drawings, the art, this is it. It's like Oda. We make a joke, right? But he has worked his way up to be the flagship series of Shonen Jump now. He deserves some of that kind of time off. I guess kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like compared to other like mangas.
Even with like Dragon Ball, that like Akira Toriyama's not doing it. It's Toyotaro, what his name was.
Oh, right,
he's the one. He's the one who's doing Dragon Ball Super now. To be fair though, this is like a slightly side topic, but they did a comparison from when he drew the chapters between Goku versus Beerus to now. So much better. So much better.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like sometimes, obviously, there's always that risk with new artists. Like, how will they draw? It's the same with
when it's such an old classic series, like Boruto and Naruto and
the Boruto. Like that. Like at the beginning, that art style was horrible.
Yeah.
Like now you can. There's still a few moments where I'm a bit iffier, but it's a lot better than before.
He's definitely.
I think what it is like they get you like obviously anything you do practice, you'll get better over time and understand how to improve in your work.
Yeah.
And that is an example. But with Oda, he's seeing it through and through.
Yeah, he's been in he's been doing it for how long? Like fucking 15 years, whatever it is. Like
so, exactly. So
years,
let him finish his work how he wants to finish his work.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound horrible, but this could be like how we were talking about before about him wanting to end the series in 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that is another thing we had to also factor in, his health condition as well. He as much as we don't want it to end the next 5 years, but like he may physically not be able to do it any longer.
As long as he has his little, as we said, like we'll wait as long as it takes, kind of thing, in terms of like as long as he has it the way like he wants it to end, the way he wants it,
exactly how he envisions it. Yeah,
with it's fine with it, kind of thing.
That's what I mean.
If it's like 5 years worth of chapters and it takes 10 years to come out, then that kind of thing. But
you know what I mean. Like ultimately, that's the biggest thing we need to watch out for is his health. I mean, like you said, the news recently, he's improving.
Yeah.
So let's just hope.
But then don't go straight back into it and like make it worse.
Exactly.
He should just take a few weeks off. I know they gave him a 2-week break.
That is another reason why he takes a lot of breaks in general this year, especially because but it's the same thing. I've said similar things happened to Kubo when he was doing Bleach a while back. Everyone needs breaks. It doesn't matter, even Kishimoto, anyone. Any of the big guys.
Exactly. So I feel like however long it takes him, whatever, we'll all be still anticipating that next Wano chapter.
I think what it is now, like I do want to point out that because right now One Piece is the flagship series for Shonen at the moment. It's a cover. It's a face. There won't be as much pressure from like Jump to push him to get it done as quick as possible. Whereas other smaller manga series, there's a time limit. Like you have to get a chapter out, or else
otherwise you're out.
I was looking at some of the numbers for sales as well.
Yeah.
And like before, when he was releasing each volume like steadily, you'd sell like 500,000 or over 500,000 straight out the gates.
Yeah.
But now because it comes out a bit later each time, all of a sudden he's selling like over 1 million volumes within that same amount of time because there's so much more anticipation for it.
Exactly.
So like. It's not affecting anyone really.
No. And that's what I'm saying is like, Oda, because he's got the flagship series, kind of gets a bit of like leeway. Because like as an example, like Kubo didn't get that when he got injured, kind of thing, or anything like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like Oda deserves it. Like he's put up.
Oda deserved that
so long.
I think like in general, I don't think Shonen should pressure like the big series at all.
No,
it's a flagship series. Like you had like the big three.
Yeah.
And like. But even then, some bits were rushed because they were forced to. They were forced to finish it. How do you?
I still don't see why they do that. Like why they did that kind of thing. Like, I mean, like ones that finished early, like recent, like the Time Paradox and Bond Collection, because they're new series. They just didn't work out. Like they didn't get the reviews, kind of thing. But,
it's just unfortunate for that sense.
But
when you have the hype for something.
Yeah, because now, ever since that happened to Bleach, right, it's always put me in like a state of like, I hope that doesn't happen to a new series. Like, as an example, Jujutsu Kaisen, right? It's on chapter 118. You'd think it's safe. Like, you'd think it's safe kind of thing. Like,
it's never safe, that's the thing.
Safe. Like, you can all of a sudden have a few weeks where it has bad ratings or he gets a bit ill or whatever. And then it can be done. That's the scary thing with Shonen.
That's the issue with these. Exactly. Like they don't appreciate, even if the series has gone really big, they don't always appreciate it.
No, this is it. So,
do you think they've learned from Bleach and that though? Is there any recent, more modern cases of like another Bleach?
There isn't really, but then all of them are really.
Even like, let me give you a big example. Like even with like Kishimoto with Samurai 8, that like Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, one of the biggest.
I'm surprised at how like that didn't get more popular.
No, like I said, I mean, I think what it was like I only read like a couple chapters. It was all right, but like I think, like people said, it got better a lot later on. But by then, you might have lost your.
That you can't have that now. That's what I've learned with Time Paradox. Because I was enjoying that, and then it's like, if you start even slightly slow, that is it.
I think this is just with like any anime in general, like. A lot of people don't appreciate. Even like a lot of people like, One Piece had a slow start, but like for us, we appreciated the beginning of One Piece. Some people you get through 50 episodes, then you'll start liking it. Like unfortunately, people don't want that. That is...
Yeah, when the war bell rings and people start dying, you start to appreciate those moments a little bit more.
Yeah, it's true. That's what makes good. That's what I think I was talking to Luke about yesterday, right? I was saying how that's why I love longer series as well. Is because so many groups of characters, so many things, like moments you have early on, and how it develops later on.
That's what I'm saying. It's the character development you see throughout a series, and then and if it's like you see a character for one episode, then the dead next episode, it's like okay,
it's whatever. Yeah,
it's kind of like it's not really a spoiler because it starts like from the bat, but like I can't make a kill. A lot of deaths. I enjoyed the series a lot, right? But there's a lot of deaths, but none of them hit me half as hard as say like one of like a big free death or something like that when there's been all this build up and stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like
Akame ga Kill is known as the anime that kills every character. Like
they don't give a shit.
Like, even the main, technically Tatsuya wasn't even the main protagonist because it's Akame. She was the main. Yeah. He got more screen time because the anime was through his view. The anime finished, and then the manga was still going anyway. Like, I don't think the manga. I think the anime. I don't know if the anime had its own original ending.
Oh, anime only ending.
It's way ahead of the manga. So
those animes didn't give a shit either. The way it fucking ended. Like, that was
this is
ending,
another little topic to add in. Like where like people go ahead of them and like the manga, they do their own endings and whatnot.
Yeah.
A risk as well, and obviously we've seen it. Like we're like the only anime that got the redemption from it was Full Metal Alchemist, where they. But like for you and me, Jordan, like especially like with Soul, we want that shit back. We want the more, not this, like not that really crappy. I don't know. You know, the fact that Kishin at the end, all it took was like a punch. Like,
and it's like the whole series up to that point was so good. Like animated well, it was perfect. The adaptation.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, like, you need that fucking redone, man.
Game of Thrones is another example of that.
Not bad ending. Oh yeah, of course, because it had the original books, and then they did.
See, like I'm glad I didn't get into the series for that.
Yeah, be grateful.
Imagine watching the whole thing and then you just see that shit.
It really hurts my heart to hear Lucas saying that because, like, it's just because he loved that series a lot, and that ending clearly killed it that much.
George is probably going to die before he finishes the books as well, so it's like.
What was it? I saw a quote or saying he said, he said something like, "You come and like whatever if I don't get the book out by this date," and he hasn't brought the book out by this date. But
the guy's also working on the game as well, isn't he? So it's kind of like
Elden Ring, isn't it? Like he's been.
So I'm like, so how much time is
like under the radar? Like, my God.
You would have thought they would have put a trailer out with the new gen consoles, but nah.
Lots of people are like now worried about that game, like if it's even going to happen.
But that's what like in terms of his time management, like that is another time management taken away from the book.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess in that terms, like the book and everything and the game, COVID hasn't helped. I'm guessing.
No, COVID definitely hasn't helped for anyone. But I feel like with him, he doesn't have an excuse anymore.
Nah, yeah.
Like I don't know. I think it's just after him. Just what he feels like doing it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so massive. It doesn't matter. But no, yeah. So yeah, we wish Oda a very swift recovery and hope he takes all the rest he needs. What was it say? Oh,
we'll wait as long as it takes.
Yeah, as long as it takes, we don't care. I mean, we're in it for the long run at this point, so it don't matter.
Right? We've been watching this for so long now. At this point, like,
and Wano's been so fired. I'll wait for every single chapter, man. Oh my god. But yeah. Moving on as well. Before we talk about the new series, let's talk about some of the ones that ended. So, God of High School being one. The anime ended last Monday. Yeah, last Monday.
Yes. Okay. So like they said it was series finale on Crunchyroll. So we'd assume it's essentially like a long promo for people to just watch the webtoon.
Yeah, that's what we're guessing. Yeah. Based on what I've heard, like about how people saying it's a one series thing, but then the ending was such like a cliffhanger-y thing.
Oh, no, essentially the ending would be like, oh, here's season 2 coming up, but no. That's the way they do it was they want you to read the webtoon for the next season.
Yeah, it's supposed to make you to want to continue.
Yeah.
Because they've cut so much, like how can you make a season 2 now? Because you've missed out.
That's the thing.
So
that's
much.
the the general hate it's been getting, especially online, where people they're not happy with how much has been cut out and all that. Now, for us, we're like first time watchers of the series.
It was a fun watch. It wasn't
animation.
It was a fun watch.
Animate if you go into the series for the plot, you ain't getting much plot.
Yeah, that's
like
type deal.
No, but if you're going into it,
yeah,
fine. It's just if you go in with the animation of fighting and all that stuff, that stuff's cool. That stuff's peak. I enjoyed it. You know,
amazing. The map are giving me great hope for JJK fights in the future.
It is one big advertisement.
I mean, that's what anime always originally was. That's why they got anime only endings, why they only had one airing space, was because they were literally advertisements for manga. But this one is literally taking it almost to a new level. It is literally just an ad for the webtoon. And I'm guessing that's also because they have that partnership with Webtoon Crunchyroll. That's kind of what Webtoon. Yeah,
they do that with Tower. Well, Tower of God was one where I thought they would do a season 2, but obviously with everything that's happened, the author right now is a bit.
Yeah, he's on hiatus, isn't
he? Yeah, so it's kind of hard to say what's happening, but because that didn't say a series finale. Only God of High School said series finale.
And it ended in a different type of way, and the way they advertised it on Twitter and stuff, Crunchyroll, where it was continue Jin Mori's journey through the webtoon and linked it
exactly.
And I'm that kind of gives me because Crunchyroll are the ones selling it and advertising.
Exactly.
That gives me the feel of we're not gonna get another series, are we?
Look. The webtoon fans should at least take pride that the things that they enjoy are getting the exposure now. This is what it's more about for now.
I think the issue is people are just pissed about how much they cut out. That's the only
other. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because at one point it's crazy enough that something like a webtoon got animated by a studio like Mappa and anyway. But on the other hand, I suppose if you've waited that long and it finally got the opportunity and then it cut out some stuff, you also you couldn't help but be a bit gutted on some of the
I get it, yeah.
But I mean, some of them fights, man, I'll be going back and watching some of them fights because they're so good. They're done so well with some of the moments they actually did animate and they done it well, kind of thing.
I'm gonna say sorry to cut in, but let's start losing 2-0.
Oh fuck. Oh, my fantasy team. Anyway, that is pretty sad.
But so that's finished. Ahiru no Sora finished for the season.
Yep.
That's not its finale, don't worry.
No. But that's 50 episodes. What's that been going on for?
50 episodes, mad. I didn't think it did say on my anime list, it did say 50 episodes, but I didn't think it would actually
it didn't even have a break or anything in between, did it? It was straight.
No, it didn't. So to be fair, they did really well. I think at the most they may have had 1 or 2 breaks in between, a week break.
Yeah.
But they never had
a year of airing. That's mad.
Exactly. So you know what, fair players. I enjoyed Ahiru no Sora, the way they built up for next season, all the character developments.
Yep.
Very good series to watch. More sports anime. I always say people should give sports anime a chance in general. Don't judge it because
I really want to watch Ahiru no Sora. To be fair, it's pretty.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's very popular out there in Japan. It's sold. It's sold bare. I think it was just behind Kuroko, wasn't it?
That was before the anime come out. Before
the
anime come out, it was before the anime with some of the top ones.
Clearly, it has some. Oh, the fact they got 50 episodes as well.
Yeah,
it showed that it had some very big popularity.
That doesn't happen as much now, kind of thing. So it's so if something like that happened, it was clearly you say popular beforehand, and they knew it was gonna kill.
Another good example I could give you is Black Clover. Or Black Clover's they celebrated the third anniversary for the anime.
Oh right, yeah.
But Black Clover was originally scheduled to have 50 episodes, but that's gone ahead now. They're gonna make the weekly shonen, the weekly. No matter what.
People raving about something called the Spade Arc. I don't watch Black Clover.
Yeah, so the Spade Arc is kind of it's what's happening in the manga, but right now in the anime, they're doing the training arc, which is its own filler arc, but it's in before the Spade Arc. So it's basically leading up to the Spade Arc.
Fair enough.
Spade Arc, from what I've seen, some of the mangas and all that is mad. That shit is mad. And people are loving it.
Fair play. I need to watch it, read it or something. Black Clover.
Yeah, same.
People love it.
Mm-hmm. I'd definitely, watch it, read it, give it a go. It's one of those ones where a lot of people couldn't deal with Asta's voice at the beginning, but it does get toned down. they do tone it down after 13 episodes.
Yeah, I've heard he becomes quite sick after a while.
Yeah. Oh, he becomes a lot better. I actually like that. Whenever he does like the random screams and all that, it doesn't really bother me.
Too much, no. Yeah.
No, it really doesn't. But no, like before, it was horrible.
People didn't really notice it in the manga, I feel, and then it was when it got animated
No,
people realised, like, oh my god.
He had that pitch to his voice. It's like God damn. But no, definitely watch that. Watch the anime as well. It is fire. I really enjoy it. What else? I mean, did we talk about? I can't remember last week we talked about like Eden Zero.
Oh no, I don't think we did. The anime and the game and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah. So that's that got announced as well. I mean, Jordan's favorite character, Happy's still in it.
Happy's in it, and I didn't know that.
I told him before, but he didn't believe me. I do saw that.
The worst anime character to ever exist is Happy. That cat needs to leave.
Luca, you need just watch Fairy Tail just to piss him off. Although Fairy Tail's a very good
Fairy
series.
Tail I enjoy, right? I do enjoy Fairy Tail. I just fucking hate Happy. Like, he's so annoying. He's the most annoying mascot character I've ever met in my life.
I didn't mention this last week, but I did complete Fairy Tail finally.
Oh, the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Was Happy the tutorial guy that really annoys you? I'm guessing.
No, luckily not. But what I'm gonna say is that game was half-assed, like the typical. Like it had moments, but it missed out a lot of fights.
Yeah, you were saying stuff about like character models and that, not like
it
and stuff.
I don't think that models. They just had like pictures when they were talking.
Yeah,
like,
that's Bandai Namco, isn't it?
That's the thing. But what I don't understand is this doesn't have multiplayer, so how the hell do they fuck it up?
No, yeah. You just got to focus on that. People would have waited another year if it was more like polished and more stuff. Like, yeah.
But they delayed it a couple months anyway.
Jesus.
That was the more annoying thing. Like to get that. I mean, I still enjoyed the game, but it's not as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah, they could have done so much more with it. Like,
that's
the thing with like series like that is like Fairy Tail, you don't get many games and stuff. So like when something like that happens, you hope that a story-based game on like an anime you really like is like a dream.
Exactly.
To me, anyway. Like,
exactly.
But they just when it's half-assed, it's annoying.
I mean, Black Clover did shit as well for the game.
That was news. They shut down all the servers for that, so you can't even play it if you got it now.
No, the Knights of Quartet or whatever, and that's an online game. So
I've heard the latest update for the My Hero game has completely ruined it as well.
Oh, really? What? One Justice 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
apparently, the balancing is awful now.
See, I would have got the game just to play the story. I don't think I care about the multiplayer anymore.
Apparently, the story is the worst part of the game.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know that.
Everyone at the start when the game first came out was like, "Oh yeah, the story's awful," but you know what? The multiplayer and that, it's all right. And now they've ruined the multiplayer as well. So apparently it's just trash.
Okay, that's brilliant. I feel like when I watched it, it looks like just a massive DLC from the first game.
Yeah,
like
with lots of stuff like character pass.
I guess they like screw up all the boss fights as well. I've seen a few clips. I wasn't sure if that was how it's going to end up being.
I'm just over here enjoying Captain Tsubasa, and that's about it. Like,
you know what? Like, I'm surprised you're still playing Tsubasa this
so
much.
Good.
Like, I loved it, but
also it's because I've been looking at it and like, hopefully, My Hero doesn't happen, but they're actually doing like loads of updates to it and stuff. Like soon.
Yeah.
So like daily login bonuses. What is it? The new teams are coming in, a new scenario. I'm like, they're updating a game. Wow.
And it's free.
And it's free, yeah. So I'm like,
and
other than the character pass,
other characters, but that's just Bandai and all that, isn't it?
All the other stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing who they add actually for the story.
Yeah.
No, that's my personal little hype.
Yeah, you played it way more than me. Like I've done like all the custom character routes and all that. I've done a lot.
Yeah.
But like you went all out with the custom characters.
I'm making those Generation of Miracles, boys.
You did the Generation of Miracles.
Almost done.
How many have you done?
I have done most of them. So I've done Akashi, but I want to redo him. Kuroko, Kagami, Aomine. Yeah, I've done like 4 or 5.
You are doing Murasaki Bara right now, aren't you?
Oh, I've done Murasaki Bara. Yeah, I've done him. I'm on Midorima now.
Oh, Midorima's what you're doing. That was it.
Yeah, Murasaki Bara I've done now, and then Midorima now. But they wouldn't let me have the name Mido. Like anytime I put Mido in a name, it said blocked.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Sort of offensive word.
Yeah, offensive word of some kind. So I had to put his first name, which I didn't even know before, which was like Shintaro or something.
Yeah. I was surprised you didn't know that. Before.
I did not know that. I've never heard him called Shintaro in my life.
Akashi always calls him by his first name.
Oh, does he? Fuck it up.
Yeah.
No, I fucking honestly, I had no clue, and I was like, I would have remembered a name like that because Shintaro is quite like a anime name. Like,
I guess what? It's an anime.
But no, it's going well. I'm hoping to finish that and then maybe make some videos on it. But I'll see. I'm going to stream it. Maybe.
Did we have any other anime that finished this week? I can't. I don't think any other ones I can think of.
Think last week we discussed all like
Decadence and all
the others. Yeah.
So as far as I know, what I've been watching anyway, or what we've been watching, like on the channel and stuff. But yeah, well, let's get into the main thing and the discussions of the new episodes and our little predictions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, JJK dropped. I've been really looking forward to the anime. I was getting a bit excited before we recorded that.
Jordan was having a fit over this because, so what happened was Twitter kept posting the opening. So we literally, when we open Twitter, we could see 5 seconds opening, close it.
Yeah.
Jordan would close it, and then a couple of minutes later, he would accidentally keep opening Twitter out of reflex.
That's how addicted I am to Twitter. I just click it on my phone and I'm like, shit.
And it's stop spoiling. I'm like, you need to put that thing down.
I did. I had to throw my phone across the room. It was gone. I couldn't touch that.
I know, but that was even the worst bit. So when we're trying to watch it with Luca, that was the worst bit. With Jordan, God damn it, when's Cruncher gonna release it? When's Cruncher gonna release it?
My head. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping they release it earlier next week. If not, I won't be able to do the reactions most likely.
Yeah,
but
I think they will.
I watched it a bit later.
I have a schedule, but I think it's just the way the first episode was premiered.
They're prioritising another series, but yeah, but no, JJK. First episode from a manga reader's point of view, the first episode was pretty perfect. If they keep that pacing and that kind of level of animation, it's going to be a damn good adaptation. But you never know. It's only the first episode.
I always say this: as long as the anime doesn't abuse CGI in that, I'm happy.
Yeah. If they use it in the right way, it looks amazing.
Exactly. If they use it in the running scenes in the hallways and that's fine. Don't use CGI for all the creatures and stuff. That's where you screw up.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan. I love their animation, but the Colossal Titan bits and stuff like that wasn't really needed.
No, because remember, especially with Attack on Titan, the first episode we saw the Colossal Titan, not CGI, animated.
It makes me laugh because they do stuff like that, and it's first series Colossal Titan example, they must see that and compare it to the CGI one and be like, and they must feel that the CGI one looks better, but it just doesn't. It looked like.
I think they have a bunch of yes men saying, "Yeah, it looks good." Even though.
I think it's just a desire to want to use it somehow. They have it and they're like, we need to use it.
Plenty of companies do that. They use it for the sake of using it.
Yeah, unless it's cheaper in some way. I have no clue. No clue.
But with Jujutsu, the animation, the Mappa, good job. They done.
Yeah. Same with Girl High School. The movement and the fight scenes were amazing. And this is what I mean by pace as well. Is even the little bits that because I reread the chapters because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss stuff and that. And it's so much of the stuff the little funny bits and stuff, they still kept it all in, and they paced it well. So I'm I hope they keep doing that and they don't cut too much. They gotta cut some bits. That's just natural, But
the other thing is we need to know fully how much censorship they're gonna add in.
Yeah.
Thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, that I'm worried about that as well. The only thing that's giving me a little bit of hope is the opening and stuff has shown. It hasn't gone too far in, but some of the bits are a bit gruesome. Some of the bits are shown, and I'm if that gets fully shown like that in the anime, and they show the full picture type deal, then and also the PV, some of the stuff the PV shown, I was they might keep the gore in, maybe, but they're obviously going to censor some bits.
They're going to tone it down a bit with some bits. They might black it out a bit more.
Yeah. That's the only thing is if they tone it down or they think that's fine and they show you the aftermath, I don't mind too much. But it's if they start doing a Tokyo Ghoul censorship where it's just a black screen.
I don't think they'll do it as bad as that, but they might give you. I think Jujutsu might give you like more for silhouette at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Whereas that would
Tokyo Ghoul sometimes stuff was going on and it was just a black screen. You're like,
what is happening? Like when they're watching it, they're like, "Wait, what? I don't see much Ghoul. What are you on about?" Because half the people are watching the censored version, half the people watching the censored version.
That was me. I was that guy.
I remember.
I rewatched it all in uncensored, and I was like, "This is so much better."
You missed Kaneki's feet when he ran around playing Jason, like shit like that. It's just. It just feels a bit.
That was when I realised, because I watched the censored version and then I was like, "Oh, that was such a cool fight. I'm gonna rewatch it." Went on, I was like, "This is new level. This is uncensored." I saw his leg get like fucked up. I was like, "What the hell?" Oh no, but like you say, as long as censorship doesn't say like overtake some of the bits, because that's not like it's not like the anime. It doesn't make the manga, right? But it just makes some of the fights more like brutal and like hit harder and stuff, and it's like that's what Jujutsu Kaisen's kind of about at some point. So yeah, hopefully the censorship isn't too much. But yeah, so far first episode's pretty damn good. As you've watched the first few chapters, Eamon, but Luca, as a pure anime only, what were your thoughts on it, or like what are you predicting for the future of it?
So again, just to reiterate, completely agree with you guys regarding the animation. Everything, it was all done really well. I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting into here. I know absolutely nothing about the power systems. I know absolutely nothing about the characters. I've stayed completely away from everything. So this is 100% blind for me. I'm learning as we go. But
I was surprised when you didn't even like. I was glad you didn't write kind of thing, because I was worried that they would make it too bait, like in terms like Yuji was Sukuna. Like in terms like on the posters and stuff, they were just straight up showing like Sukuna and everything. I was like, oh.
That's what I was saying. I was a bit surprised.
Well, I've avoided a lot of the advertisement, to be fair, as well. But like from the start, with that like little flashback scene with Gojo, I was sort of instantly thinking,
wait,
there's going to be some split personality thing going on.
Yeah, because of how he says about the two people.
I do want to point it out. I can't wait to watch Gojo next episode. I'm like really hyped for him. I'm really hyped for him.
Yeah. Like, but then with the way stuff started going, I was maybe thinking that Sukuna was in him, but he would like get exercised out of him or something. And something like that was going to happen. But now I'm sort of thinking that it's going to continue as them as a duo.
Internal conflict.
Which I'm very, very intrigued by, and I'm really looking. So as like an anime only, it's left me at a point where I'm like really intrigued to see where it goes, you know. And Sukuna's just like entrance and everything was just great.
They done that.
Like as psychotic as he is, like it was great.
Everyone's like, he's such a perv.
I guess I just, because I read it before, I never read it like that. I just read it as like a pure demon. Like in terms
but he has lust. Like, the guy's like full of lust. Like, you know.
And he just calls them all fucking maggots and stuff. And
That's what I mean. Wait. So he wants to do stuff with people and then just kill them. That's what he's implying. That's what he's implying.
Like women, children, they're all maggots. I was like, oh my god.
I think what helps is the animation just emphasizes it more.
And that Sukuna voice actor is pretty damn good as well.
Yeah, voicing was
that shit was so good. Oh my god.
He looks sick as well, his design.
Yep. I was really they nailed that. Like I saw that from the PVs and stuff, but they nailed it. Like all the markings and stuff, and like and the opening. Oh my god! Right, okay. I could talk about the opening for ages, right? But I want to say about how at the beginning when he's sitting there, and at the beginning it's dark with the red markings, but you can see all the Sukuna markings, and then when he comes out, it's him. That shit, man. That's so cool. That shit got me.
See, that's what watching it back. That's what makes me think they're gonna stay as a duo, like as opposed to him getting exercised.
Yeah.
But who knows? But, you know the answers. I don't.
Yeah. And to be honest, a lot of it will get explained like next episode, kind of thing. When Gojo kind of has a chat with Yuji, but so like you're not going to be waiting like majorly long for certain answers. Some answers you will be, but other answers you won't. But no, I just find it interesting. Like I almost like the amount of times I almost spoiled because of how long I've been into it. I'm like, I just presume after the first episode you know the stuff, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, that doesn't get shown yet. Yeah, and I'm like, wait, he only literally just about knows about curses at this point. So it's like,
oh, can we talk about how? Because they slightly changed up how he eats the finger.
That was smooth actually.
He literally chucks it in the air with his mouth.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like the first time, like in the manga, he literally like they're both like kind of realized like because Megumi's pretty beat up. And he's like,
he straight up just eats it. Like,
because he has the same thing where like Megumi tells him you have to have curse energy to beat a curse. So he's like, this will give me curse energy.
And the fact is that 1 in a million chance.
I love that bit because they done it like the manga where it's like you think the 1 in a million chance is going to be a good thing or per se, and then it's just like, oh no, the 1 in a million worst case scenario.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, oh, he got all this power, but look what he's unleashed.
Yeah, that demon is no laughing matter now that it's awake.
You're better off getting killed by that other thing.
Usually, like, might as well would have preferred to die. I think go through. Probably gonna go through. But yeah, man. Oh, I'm so excited. So far, it's been 10 out of 10. I've been reading it since like first 10 chapters, man. It made me realize when I was rereading it how long ago I was reading it weekly, and I'm like, man, I'm so excited. This is most excited I've been for.
I was going to mention I've seen a lot of like haters, I guess, complain about like the granddad's death, but I didn't process it when I was watching it because the granddad like had said, you know, don't die a pointless death, and then he dies, and I was kind of like, that's sad, but I think that gets a point across. But everyone was complaining about it.
I think the thing is though, right, is to be honest, there's another guy who's like Reddit that I follow and he said the same thing. He's like, I didn't expect of all things for that to be the one thing that people take away from it, like in terms of like complaint wise. But it's a weird one, right? Because I do and don't agree, but that's how it felt in the manga as well. That it's not different to like the anime, right? Like in terms of his death wasn't meant to be a massive thing, right?
No. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point.
It's kind of like how you know, say you meet a character midway through and you find out their dad's dead or something, or that their parents are dead. It's kind of like that.
It's kind of like what we said earlier on.
From the beginning.
It's kind of like what we said earlier on when a character, if you see a character for like an episode and then they die, you're not gonna be as attached to it.
No, of course, and it's like, but like you said, that one wasn't really meant to be a thing. There is a theory going around about that though, and it got like reiterated because of the episode coming out about potentially those words kind of cursing what do you call him, Yuji, but that's a theory. But no,
that would be mad. You're getting cursed by a granddad who's about to die. You know what I
mean? There is like a weird thing that happens later which makes it make more sense, but I'll leave it for that to happen. But
I mean, his grandfather already knew he was special, so
he knew, like, because obviously his physical abilities and stuff were like off the charts.
It's inhumane. Like,
I think it's just haters trying to nitpick at stuff, and
there was always gonna be something, and I can see, like, to an extent where they're coming from in terms of, like, if you wanted it to be a big death, but it was like you just said, like, Iman as well. The character just got introduced. He was an old man in hospital. Do you know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's a shock factor because you feel like he might be in it for a while, and then that storyline is over. But
like it wasn't like a death where it's like you didn't see that coming at all.
No, you knew that was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, like it's a build up to it. But you know it's going to happen eventually. Like
I said, that was how the manga felt as well, and I feel like that's a problem now. Like this week. But as it goes on, people are going to kind of realise why it happened and why, like, you know, it's not going to be that much of a factor because no one really takes it into account in the manga now, like people that are up to date. So, yeah, I think that's like like you say, a nitpick because someone had to nitpick something. But other than that, to be honest, the fact that the first episode come out and that's the only thing people have talked about, like in terms of like criticism, I'm like,
take it, you know.
That proves to me
Luca, you sound really robotic.
Laugh at it and move. Like
he's slow.
He's so slow. I can't tell if you're having a stroke or not, Luca. Like
Luca, you might want to reconnect.
Yeah.
Back in.
But anyway, we can move on to the next one, which is Haikyu.
Oh yeah, we're just about Haikyu, I suppose. Yeah.
And then we'll end at Burn the Witch.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, also.
But yeah, Haikyu.
Haikyu.
Sorry. No, you can go on. What do you want to say?
Luca wants to mention something about Vigilantes as well because he was reading that.
Oh, okay. You know what? We'll let you do that first, Luca.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was only going to be quick anyway.
Yeah.
Is my voice fine now, by the way?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Good.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. So I started reading Vigilantes and I caught up this week. Like, I would recommend it if you're like a big My Hero fan because you see a lot of the pros that you're familiar with from the main series in action. So like there's a lot of Aizawa, there's a lot of Midnight, a lot of Present Mike. Best Genist, shows a little bit more about what he can do, and he's quite. I didn't realize that his fiber quirk, literally, he's like Gaten in a sense. Like how Gaten can manipulate all ice.
Oh yeah.
Like Best Genist isn't just restricted to what he's wearing. He can.
So you can try any kind of like wiring.
Any fiber around him.
Any fiber wire. Oh, yeah.
So like he's a lot more powerful than I was expecting.
So what you're telling me is, if I'm wearing a shirt, he could just literally long range.
Oh yeah, he should be naked. Yeah.
Like he like.
Yeah. So he's not, and then there was a bit towards the end now with Endeavor as well. So.
Okay, fair enough. How many volumes have they got out? Is it like 7 or is it like 5 or 6? I can't remember right now.
I don't know how many.
It's you know what? I don't know. I know there's like 80 something chapters.
Yeah.
But it must be like 5 or 6 volumes.
Are they like 30-page chapters and stuff? Because they're monthly. I can't remember.
They were to start.
Yeah.
For like the first 10 or so were about 30 pages, but then they went down to the normal 15, 16.
Fair enough. They just released that's fair enough.
Yeah. No. Like the cast that they the characters that they made to progress the story aren't like characters I'm like too invested in.
Yeah, not like a Deku or a Bakugo or nothing.
Yeah, not like a Deku or a Bakugo. They sort of just get me from one pro hero to the other. Sort of thing, Yeah. Because that's what I'm really interested in. Yeah. Also, Ida's brother Ingenium is in it. He's a lot better than Ida. Let's just leave it at that.
I think the anime just didn't do him justice.
Yeah.
Just getting screwed up with Stain like that.
That is good though. That series will do that. Like in terms of it'll actually give those characters more of a limelight. But the minute you said as well, like the other day about Best Genius was in it, I had no clue Best Genius was in it, and I'm like, raw, I would watch that.
Yeah, he's not in it for as much as like Aizawa or Midnight. They're the main two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite. His bit was quite shocking. I didn't expect it.
I think I've read like the first chapter of it, but that was like when it first came out.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what.
First volume over there, like when it came out over in England.
I wasn't sure how good it was gonna be.
I thought it was a fun series, but I just never got really invested into it. I've been meaning to go back and read it. But...
carry on this long.
That's it. It's still going. That's pretty crazy. Just to think about.
It got me a lot more invested in Aizawa and Midnight and Present Mike and their story.
Yeah. I can't read it now.
But yeah.
Okay, that's good. But yes, we moving to
Haikyu. Haikyu came out this week. Yeah.
Haikyu, 2 exclamation, season 2, episode 1, or Haikyu over the top, episode 14. I don't know. There's too many names.
Title it in our episode, so
I just end up going with the Crunchyroll title.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Could it be?
But yeah, I think the thing I said it on. I was on Twitter to someone, right? And I said the same thing. Was like, I didn't expect it to start off as quick as it did. Like in terms of it just chucked us straight back into the match. There was no settling period. It was like.
The thing is, I was like, you know what, Mia Atsuma, he may end up being one of my favorite characters, and so far he's doing a really.
Oh my god! Just in this episode, isn't it? At the end of last year, I was like, this guy's pretty cool, and then already in this, just this episode, I'm like,
bro. Like the way he the way he started off was like his serving is varied up. Like he can do both styles. Like he can do the float, he can do the normal jump serve.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I think
But the fact that
the best server we've seen, like
we thought that Oikawa was like the king. You know, his
yeah.
But this one, like with Mia, like he can hit like 100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, and then like have like the jump float, the fucking
the
drive.
Well, he did. Well, that's the thing though. He did it with the float, and if anything, it was against Nishinoya, who has like the best reflexes and reaction.
Don't get beat like that, man. Like no,
bro, the ball's right in front of you.
Yeah.
It's like time slowed down.
Yeah. Some of those like cell shots were like it went fast and it was in his face before he knew it. It was like oh man.
His setup play, so it's kind of he's quite unique. So he doesn't call for walls, which can get annoying for some people.
Yeah. He just goes and does it like by
he doesn't. His teammates was like they just gave him that look, and then it's like he set up Aaron up, didn't he?
Yeah. Aaron's actually a baller, man. Like oh my god.
Like I didn't feel that guy had he's also a really good serve. Ace serve as well.
I can see now, like I mean, it's so crazy they're facing them now, but like
that's what I mean. I thought this is the kind of team you face later on, but you have to remember, even like Kuroko did that with like Aomine's team as well.
That's
like,
true. That's very true. Yeah.
You didn't think they're going to do that quick for the second season?
Yeah, and it's like that team is like we were saying. I can see why now. Beforehand, they were saying they were one of the favourites because there's not one weak member. It seems
they have another player on the team, and it's called a hype squad. Like
yeah.
Oh my god, that shit is crazy. Yeah. Like they said, like it's almost like they're like the best team in the world. But it's like an additional player. It's like footy or anything. Like having fans in the stadium adds another player to the pitch.
Yeah, especially like. I imagine like in a game like volleyball, because like as an example, it's like a penalty. If you're taking a penalty and you're on a training ground, like for football, it's a bit different to I suppose if you're in like a stadium and you've got everyone like
pressure
chanting at you and everything, and that's what that's like for serving.
That's what they try to put pressure on like the other team. Like so with like Karasuno, like they're like every time they're about to take a serve or anything, like they're literally trying to put them off every time.
Yeah,
it happened to like Tanaka, didn't it? Like
I felt sorry for Tanaka there. That was
mad. But
then the Karasuno got their own hype squad, and it wasn't to match that one, but it was to kind of like
you know what? Like one of the best goals so far, honestly.
Tanaka's sister, man.
Tanaka's sister. Oh my god! When Ishiki popped up, like they do like Japanese traditional like drums, flutes, and everything. Like
that was sick.
That shit. That was mad. And the best bit was Hinata.
Oh my god, he was so happy.
So my god! You know what he's about? He's saying to himself, he's about to serve. He's doing a serve, and he's like, "I feel like I'm the best server in the world." Everyone's like, "Oh wait, he actually looks really serious." Like everyone's like, even like the other midget, I forgot his name. The other really good.
My head, like Fushiguro
Gecko Eyes, whatever. You know, like the other guys. But everyone was like saying, "Oh, okay, he's gonna do something really good." And he does like the most average serve.
And he's like, is he going for a floater? Is he going, or he's going for a completely normal serve?
That was so overhyped for that.
That was brilliant.
Hinata had quite a few good moments because remember when he did the slide, or essentially you call it a slide, where he's about to go from one direction and changes to the other direction. Even through Kageyama. Even through with Kageyama.
Yeah, he could just about keep up with it because he didn't think he was going to do that.
No.
As an reason, he got away with it.
He must have had like another embarrassing moment with the ball. So he saved the ball with his feet, but he thought he was gonna.
He went to try to do it with his hand, and it fell through and hit his foot.
He's in the right position and everything, but he didn't expect it to go that quick.
Yeah, and everyone was just like, "Wow, he saved it," but what an embarrassment!
That's not even the embarrassing bit though, because remember when Kageyama was passing it, he thought it was going to go to him, but it went to Daichi, didn't it?
Yeah, he wanted that redemption, and then he
and then he just felt embarrassed.
Oh, Daichi! Oh my god! When he came like, the spike, I was like, yes.
But I think the best moment was with Mia's plan with his twin.
Oh, the end! That was mad. The bit, I did not expect that.
God, the best thing about it was Kageyama even sensed it. the move.
When that quote started, and I just had my hand, I was like, no way.
He even said the quote. He said the quote. It's like, oh my god! And then he ends up doing a quick with his brother. Like that's a Kageyama Hinata thing, not anyone else.
And now Karasuno have got to deal with their own weapon. It's crazy.
But that team looks mad though, because like with Mia's team, everyone looks really good.
Yeah.
Like they look very like solid. Like they each have their own thing. We still don't know what his twin has, like in terms of what his unique skills gonna be.
If he can just match up to him, or if it's like even then it's like they got that middle blocker that I still feel is like gonna be like a bit of a madness eventually.
There's still a lot we don't know yet. And it might end up being like the whole season might end up being just match collect Shiratas or
Oh, I feel like that is definitely now that I've seen the amount of like how much character each of these characters have like in that team. I'm like, they're building it.
Halfway through the first set.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
so
the pacing of it as well is just with like I said, I didn't expect it to like hit off this quick, but man,
it was fire though. I was like, I can't see. This is what I say. Always watch sports anime. Give it a chance. You know,
so good.
It's definitely.
I think.
But
this season of anime is really shaping up to be a fucking banger, man. Oh my
god. Yeah, definitely. But yes, we move on to the big one.
The big one. Burn
the Witch.
Oh my god. What that was incredible.
Make sure you guys check out our reactions to that. We'll react to all of these, but Burn the Witch I enjoy that.
I've watched that Bruno clip back an unhealthy amount of times.
The blue flames and the animation of that shit is just
I was scared they showed too much like the promo, but they didn't. It was even more perfect. Like
the trailer did kind of like give away some things.
But, oh my god, the way like the whole dragon like formed around him and
Bro,
everything.
what I'm gonna say is, like character designs, animation in general, the OST, the voice, everything was done so well. Yeah. Like I loved it.
The voice actors were like exactly the same as like I would have imagined like in my head.
Yeah.
They didn't get one wrong really. Like they all sounded pretty damn perfect.
Really well.
The voice actors themselves obviously outdone themselves. Like Bruno and stuff. Oh my god, they were like
Bruno. Whenever he does his like one word quotes or anything, like
that shit's funny.
He's like snap anytime.
Yep. I really hope we see more of him like in the future, in the future series and stuff.
Like one of my favorite things was like, other than like Bruno and that, like was like Nini and Noel's combination works. Like all the combo attacks, they work so well. Yeah. Like they're like total opposite personalities, but they work so well.
It's quite refreshing to have a series where the protagonists are already like accomplished in their profession.
They're like they're better than all the other students essentially.
They've already got their like, status as like a piper or whatever. Nah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that all plans out really. Like with Nini and Noel, and like how if they get promoted or Balgo, what their plans are.
Like even like friggin' Bruno wanted to recruit them.
Yeah. For the Incas.
I would kill for that, honestly.
Please let me serve you.
But I just love because obviously with Nini, she wants to join Sabers, and then Noel, she just does. She's just happy to be where she's at.
She's just in it for the money. She wants to be harvested.
Yeah. And Nini's just in there for achievement points.
No one wants to be harvesting them.
Balgo is just a simp. That's
Balgo is wherever No is. That is the simple truth of it.
Like, I'm just really intrigued to see like how he continues it now. Like, is he gonna follow the same because it's seasonal? Is he just gonna release like a movie length of chapters again, or is he gonna make it longer?
I think it will be more seasonal soon, but I think that's down to how long they make season 2s, manga wise.
I mean, I think it was in his volume, like in the volume comment that he made, because that released the other day. He said how he enjoyed like the lax nature of this seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't. Think, that kind of gives me a feeling of like he doesn't want to get back into like a full serialization.
No, I don't think he'll do weekly in this, but he'll do like if he's doing seasonal, it'll be longer than 3 episodes.
Yeah, and it seems like anyway, just from the sales and like how much everyone's talking about it, he's got an audience now anyway. People will wait for it, like even if it's like a few months or whatever.
I mean, I think that's the nature of anime nowadays, though, isn't it? Like even if even a big series like My Hero, they not doing a weekly.
Weekly, no, yeah, not for
anime. But they know because the audience. But I think another thing does help doing a seasonal is that you don't have the pressures of like having to create some sort of filler or anything like that every week.
You're just literally doing your story, and that's that.
You'll have more budget for the animation as well. Definitely have more time to work on the plot. But like. There's quite a few things, like even like the animation for like Cinderella and all that, with like when he used Diamond Dust, the Martian, like that shit. The animation was so clean. Even like with Bruno when he used his with the spray can when he summoned the coat.
Oh, the ink with the spray can. Like
Oh,
sort of head.
You know when they did the combination,
but when they what do you call it? Oh, it's not my head. The transformation when the Martian transformed into like into Cinderella. Ellie turned into Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man, they done that like perfect. Like, I was wondering how they would match that panel, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that panel was drawn like.
It's very like, elegant.
Yeah, and it was like, but the way they done the whole motion of it transforming and getting bigger.
Bro, and Banks with the snipe.
Banks.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing that bit as well.
Yeah. Banks.
They did that
so clean. That was done so clean.
Banks is really like.
Bro, the fact that he did it from all the way there.
Yeah.
Like.
Banks is really gonna surprise us. I don't know what his like side is. Or
he is on that level though, isn't he? Like he's gonna be like one of the director levels, isn't he?
He is gonna be strong in it, like, especially because Sullivan Squire and that's like really interested in him and things like that.
That's what I mean. Like he could end up being stronger than them. But you know what I mean.
It's going to be crazy one day once we have enough like information, like the matchups to like the Soul Reapers versus
imagine
these guys here. That's going to be they're going to be interesting debates one day
to see if they are actually like any close like a captain level or something. So far, it doesn't seem like they would be anywhere close.
Speaking of Soul Reapers, we read the manga, we already know, but they finally put up the Western Soul Society.
Yeah, they ended it the same as the one shot.
The sign was there, but then Noel kind of destroyed it after she's.
But yeah, they still threw that in, which gives me hope that they're still connected, man. Kubo has big plans for it, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Like after like the one shot, because the manga chapters we got didn't really have any link to Bleach whatsoever, other than the coin with the Western Soul Society.
Yeah, like other than that, but now it's kind of like here you go, it's been teased.
Again, like reiterated.
There's no way he's not gonna do something in the half of Soul Society.
I mean, we already knew about how like it was part of the 20th anniversary kind of collaborate, like the whole Bleach 20th anniversary. So I was like, it's always gonna link to it somehow. But the anime, man, oh my god, the fact they reiterated that kind of got me hyped, because I was like, they don't want us to forget, they don't want us to forget that these like aren't the same verse or aren't meant to be the same verse.
This is why I literally went for the Blu-ray like straight away, because I'm like, I love it. It's just I'll just need it. I missed out getting the shirt. I want this. Man. A very good series, really recommend. Give it a shot. It's Kubo's project, and you can never go wrong with Kubo.
Yeah, if you're thinking about reading, you don't need that so far anyway. You don't need to read Bleach to watch Burn, which I do recommend.
We do recommend you read like one shot.
That's it.
Because you'll get the background. Before.
Of it, yeah. So yeah, if you're gonna watch it, then please read the one shot first, and then watch it, and you'll be fine. You'll be all up to date with like what's occurring.
Even to an extent, even if you don't read the one shot, it's still not like the.
The one shot does a really good job of like introducing some of the characters.
Exactly, that's what it is. Especially like Balgo, how they meet up with Balgo, and that's the biggest one.
But other than that, I really recommend it. Our recommendation of the week is all of these anime. They're all good. Yeah.
What anime will you recommend, Jordan? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I think that's everything for the podcasting, isn't it?
Yeah, we've covered everything really. Really saying again, I mean, we'll be back next week, but really excited for this season of anime. Hopefully they keep up the levels that the first episodes have done for us.
Don't worry, we're going to be talking about rock climbing next.
Damn, I'm going to be forced to watch this, aren't I? What was it? I was going to say the podcast, if anyone is watching it weekly, is getting moved to the Saturday now, because obviously there's so many anime coming out on the Friday now that we've got to cover anyway. We thought it'd be best to split it up like that kind of thing. But other than that, if you enjoyed, then please subscribe to keep up to date with our latest videos. We'll be talking about and reacting to the latest animes coming out this season. Also, we'll be talking about it again next week, so please stay tuned for that. Other than that, then we hope that you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, and we hope to see you next time. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.